Hello, welcome back to Riven, and on the last episode we went back through the information that we'd found out, as well as looking at Survey Island, and we found out some of the information about Survey Island. We made a few notes from that, and now we're going to be having a little look down here. We're still actually on Survey Island, but you'll remember we are underground. So let's have a little look what we can see down here. Sometimes worth checking little objects. You never know if they can be turned on as a lamp or open a door. Now, apparently we're underwater here. Let's proceed forward. And we see another chair, not dissimilar to the one that we saw on the original Dome Island when we were looking at the viewer and the door control there. So I assume the button here will activate this chair. Okay. Let's hit this left lever first and see what we can see. Okay, we have some kind of viewer device or something. And it's bringing up an image here. Seems to be the same image. And do these do anything? Here we go. We can rotate this around. Now you may remember that back in the village on Forest Island, we saw when we were out in the little underwater tram that there was some kind of rock in the center of there which had what appeared to be some little viewport on it. I would debate that that is what we are now looking at here. However, we don't seem to be seeing very much right now. And there we are, look, this pretty much confirms it. This is one of the platforms that runs around the lake in the middle of the village. You may remember this is as you come down from the forest. Now again, it's interesting what we can see right here. This is another one of our animal puzzles for the balls, and this right here, that would actually be the ball. Now we have no way of getting that, but you may remember that as we mentioned before, the ball that we found in Gen's office, he mentioned that he retrieved that ball from floating in the water. Now you may also see that this is the shape of a fish, and in fact if you look at my journal that I noted here, it's always important to keep a note, as I say, of anything significant, and that includes noting animals that you see, be it the beetles that we found, or the Wharks, or anything else like this, the sun lounging sea animals that we found down there, and also this here that I noted as we were walking through the village. You'll see some fish hanging up with fishing nets. So pretty much from this and the information that Gen gave us from his journal, we can now know that the fish is actually the first animal, so we will note that for our journal. And there we are. If we needed any further confirmation, this is the platform in the village there. And back to beginning. Right, let's try this other button now. Now where are we here? Hello. Now, this would appear to be Catherine. And you obviously remember that Catherine is our primary reason for being here in Riven. Atris wants us to find and rescue Catherine. Let's see if we can click this on and off. Maybe if we click it back, she'll reappear. Is that possibly someone sitting down, or is it objects? A little bit difficult to tell. I think that's our only slim glimpse. Let's have a look at the other viewer. We have to put this one back first, apparently. Okay, we've got a different viewer here. Now, what is the first thing that we notice about this viewer? Well, we'll notice that it has the symbols from the domes etched onto the buttons themselves. So this is the moment when we want to get our journal, because this device obviously has some significance for us. Okay, now the first symbol that we want, let's look at this one. We'll write down all the eyes first. Some of them we have recorded that we've seen, others not. I'll just make a quick note of these. Okay, now let's click this. Alright, now this symbol seems to have a blue light to it. Let's just see what one of the others does. This one has a green light. So obviously these buttons have different colours associated with them. That curious noise, we're not sure what that may be. Right, so a vertical eye, half open, is blue. And fully open is green. This is a horizontal half open, which I can't have to move this device, not click the button. Okay, horizontal half open is yellow. Horizontal closed, and you'll remember from the last video this was the symbol for the dome on Survey Island, which is the island we're on. And that's orange. So orange. Okay, now this is horizontal with a vertical line. And this was the symbol for the dome in Forest Island. Now, you'll see and notice that from the tusks, this is actually a Whark. This is the only other animal we haven't seen yet. And Wharks are kind of the fabled animal of Riven. We see them everywhere. We see their tusks everywhere. And that sound is going to be worth noting for us. It also stands to reason, now that we have found out the other animals so far for the balls, that the fifth ball is indeed a Whark. However, we still need the symbol, although basically from just a matter of elimination, now we've found out the other symbols, technically we don't actually need to find that ball. However, I am certain I can find it, so I'm going to go back through. Let's see if we can get the Whark to come back again. He's obviously not too impressed with us. We'll have a look at the other symbols and then come back to him again. I should have noted that some of these we haven't actually seen. For example, the only domes that we've actually seen so far are Survey, Forest and Crater. So those are the only ones that we have eyes for. I have noted down the other eyes that we have seen on here and noted the colours. So for example, the fully open eye, that's green. And we obviously saw yellow as well and blue. But we don't actually have domes for those yet. Okay, now this is the Crater Island symbol. It's a vertical closed, and apparently this is either broken or simply doesn't work, and it does not give us a color. So for Crater Island we have no color for that one associated. Okay, and then back round to the first symbol we saw. So that's all the symbols that we've noted. But as I say, out of all of the symbols, we only have 3 of the 6. So we still have a couple more to figure out. Right, let's go back round to this one again. We'll try and bring out the Whark back for us. So there's 6 colour icons. However, we only have 5 domes. Perhaps there is a 6th dome. Seems unlikely seeing as all the numbers are 5. We've got 5 islands and most likely 5 domes. So we need to try and find what colours are associated with those domes on each island. And it seems we can get him to come back again. He does not sound too happy though. I think we're making him slightly more agitated with each visit. Let's try and call him one more time. Yay, we got him to come back. He's surely not happy though. He's surely not happy. Off he goes. Off he goes with a pretty bad headache, most likely. I think we'll leave him alone for today now. Okay, so we have recorded colours for all of the dome symbols, and with that done, we can pretty much leave it alone. So now we're going to take a fast trip. We're going to go back to... Oh look, we can lightning bolt ourselves out of here. We are going to take 2 fast trips. We're going to take a fast trip to Forest Island because I want to go back to the Sun Lounger spot and find the 5th ball just to prove that it is there, because I'm pretty sure that's the only place it will be. And then what we're going to do is we're going to be taking a trip back to Crater Island, and we're going to be taking the walkway past Gen's laboratory. And we need to call the maglev. Yes, we need to take the walkway past Gen's laboratory, and I will show why that's necessary once we get there. But it is actually quite important. This is like waiting for the train for me to go to work. There we go. Now, believe it or not, we're actually getting fairly close to finishing now. And obviously having played this game before, it helps a little bit. Some of my memories have been here of playing it, but some have not, and just the case of logically recording everything as we go along has really helped. However, I know that the next puzzle that's coming is quite tricky, and it's going to take us a little bit to work it out. Right, let's go back to the island.